Hi everyone, I'm Gareth from WeCycle, and today I'm going to talk very quickly about Giant Tubeless setup. Most Giant bikes now come tubeless ready. In fact, they come without an inner tube at all, so they have to be set up tubeless unless you want to go against the grain. And what that means is they've got tubeless ready tyres, the rims are already tubeless ready, and the valves are tubeless valves already installed as standard. Now, to the shop, they come delivered, obviously without any sealant in. And if you're ordering a bike online, it will come to you, generally, without any sealant in. We do that in case there's a problem, the tyres lose pressure, sealant comes out in the box, and you end up opening your box of your new bike and it's all covered in sealant. So one of the first things you need to do when you receive the bike, if it's via courier, is set the tyres up tubeless. And that can be a daunting task for some people, but it doesn't need to be. The bikes, however, come with a really neat kit that makes it very easy to set them up tubeless. Now with tubeless tyres, it isn't actually usually necessary to have the sealant in there for the tyres to remain firm and hold their air. So to demonstrate that, this doesn't have any sealant in it yet, so I'm going to put some air in and show you that it can hold its air, and it's difficult to tell after that whether or not it is tubeless or not. This is a gravel bike, big fat gravel tyres, so it's 35 to 60 PSI, I've just put 50 in. And you can see it's holding the air, no problem at all. Generally now, the tyres sit really nicely with the rim, and so the sealant isn't needed just to get them to sit firm. So let's say this bike arrived with you and you're not sure whether it's got tubeless sealant in it or not. How do you tell? Well, the messiest way to tell is to let all the air out, peel the tyre back and inspect inside to see if there's any gunk. But the easiest way is probably just to undo the valve a bit and press. If there's sealant in there, you'll get a residue of sealant on your finger. If there isn't, you won't. There's two main ways for setting tyres up tubeless. One is to separate the tyre wall from the rim, pour the sealant directly into the tyre and reseat it. Personally, that's not what I do. I like to make sure that the tyre is seated first, so I know it's going to sit properly first time when I pump it back up again. And so what I do is remove the core. The downside of doing this is that the area inside the valve, around the core, can get a bit claggy, and so needs to be cleaned and looked after, and maybe every so often removed and tidied up a bit. But it makes it much easier to actually set it up. And that's how the Giant stuff's designed to be done as well. So, first thing to do, deflate the tyre. If you can do this in a stand, it's better because you're taking all the weight off the tyre, you're less likely to squeeze the tyre and force the tyre walls away from the rim of the wheel. Now, I need to remove the core of the valve. And Giant send me a handy kit. In the kit, there's two levers. And in one of the levers is a core remover tool. Core removal tool, this section here fits neatly over the core. Give it a twist. And remove. The valve core. Set that to one side. Giant also sends you 2 bottles of sealant, one for each wheel. There is a foil under the lid, So make sure you take off the lid, remove the seal, and then it's simply a case, get the wheel to the valves at roughly 45 degrees and pour it all in. When you've done, if you just take it off, it will burp, a bit of sealant will come out. So once you're done, tip it round and then remove it. You should get less of a burp, less leak out the side. Then it's simply a case of popping the core back in. Tightening it up. And inflating it again. Easy. Not always that easy though, is it? So in the next video, I'm going to show you another wheel that's been tubeless, it's been deflated, tyres come away from the wall, what I need to do with that, just for a bit of tubeless management. It's not that hard. And a lot of people, particularly in roads, shy away from tubeless when realistically, it would save you a lot of punches and a lot of heartache out on the road if you got them set up straight away. Thanks for watching. Obviously, if you've got any comments, put them below and I'll try and get back to you. And if you like this video, subscribe and you'll see more when it's released.